Okay, this is the AP Micro FRQ 2015 question number 1. We're dealing with a perfectly competitive firm in a constant cost industry earning positive economic profit. And all of those things are important to note before we get started here. So letter A, is the market price greater than, less than, or equal to the firm's price? And explain. Well, that's going to be equal to, because they're a price taker. And that's the explanation. That's all you need to put. It's a perfectly competitive firm, so they're going to be a price taker in this industry. Then it wants us to do side-by-side graph. So I'm going to draw the market graph here. It's going to take a little bit of time to go through and label and draw these out. We've got the supply in the market, the demand in the market, and our equilibrium. The price in the market is set right here by the supply and the demand in the market, and the quantity in the market. So the firm is going to be a price taker. So when we draw the firm's lines here, we've got this marginal revenue equals demand equals average revenue equals price, sometimes known as Mr. DARP, for the firm. We're going to draw a marginal cost curve in here, which shows us where marginal cost and marginal revenue are equal, shows us the quantity that the firm would be producing. We have to make sure we label this graph properly as well. And then it's just, we got to put the average total cost in, and that's where the fact that they're earning positive economic profit tells us where to put the average total cost curve in, that at the profit maximizing quantity, the price that they're able to charge is going to be higher than the average total cost. And it wants us in this fifth part here to the area representing total cost shaded completely. Basically, they're going to be earning this much profit. So this amount right here is their cost. So this right here is their cost times the number of units. So number of units here, the cost here. And so you would shade this all in completely. Just for time's sake, I'm not going to shade it all in, but that's the cost for the firm. So I think we've got everything labeled there. We can always just double check to make sure we've got everything labeled before we move on, and we're good. All right, letter C. If one firm in the market were to raise its price, what will happen with total revenue? Explain. Well, total revenue would fall to zero. And the reason why is because they're price takers. These are all similar products, that if one firm raises their price in perfect competition, no one is willing to pay more than the market price for that good, so their total revenue would go to zero. And then letter D, if it's in long run equilibrium now, okay, so long run equilibrium, the government gives a lump sum subsidy to each firm producing in the industry. Indicate whether each of the following will increase, decrease, or remain the same. So the first part, the firm's quantity in the short run, and then explain. So the firm's quantity in the short run will remain the same, even though there's a lump sum subsidy. And the reason why is because, and you do need to explain and explain why, it's because a lump sum will not change and will not impact the per unit cost curves. Okay, so it will not change the per unit cost curves. So marginal cost and marginal revenue will stay the same, and that's the profit maximizing quantity will remain the same. And then the second part, the market price and quantity in the long run, explain. So again, no, we're dealing with the long run here. And what's going to happen is, because there's the profit to be made in the market, the supply will shift to the right because of the subsidy here, and the price will go down and the quantity will increase. So price is going down, quantity is increasing from where we were before to where we are now. So quantity is increasing, and you have to explain that as well. So the explanation would be that profits will lead to firms entering the market.